Oh, we're taking a look out at Fort Morgan, our friends out there to the northeast, and it got a little rain out there, but they know this may not be it. We've been talking about what could happen today for, well, more than 24 hours because we know a lot of communities are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now, just all the ingredients that could make the weather kind of wonky this afternoon. We did see some dark clouds rolling in over parts of Parker earlier this afternoon. There was a tornado warning briefly in effect for a little bit. A lot of us heard some thunder depending on where you live. So thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Sam Shocker. And we did issue a weather impact alert for today. In fact, Kathy Sabin, chief meteorologist, has been busy all afternoon tracking the severe weather. What are you seeing now, Kathy?
Ladies, don't let the sunshine fool you. Still enough available moisture to see a rotating storm, large hail, and damaging wind in Denver. We had a line of storms develop early today, just around the noon hour, tracking over Denver and then northeast, dropping 1-inch diameter hail. Rotation with storms prompted National Weather Service to issue multiple tornado warnings. Arapahoe, Adams County, Elbert County. We're still watching these storms closely as they march northeast. The one warned storm is up in the Morgan County area, and that is until 4:15. Radar indicated rotation with this potential for hail, and we've had reports of 40, 50, and 60-mile-per-hour winds that have toppled trees in and around the town of Bennett. A little break in Denver for now, but there's some signs that we may see a secondary wave come through within the next 2 hours. So all eyes on Fort Morgan, Wiggins, with a severe storm that does show signs of rotation. We have a separate cell near Florence, Pueblo, Colorado City, dropping 1-inch diameter hail. The entire area under a watch through 8 o'clock. And so certainly, even if you're seeing a break right now, make sure you have a way to get weather alerts over the next 2 to 3 hours. Temperatures comfortable today, running about 10 degrees cooler than average. We've been watching the wind as well because elevated fire danger of prime concern over western Colorado. Storms that redevelop tonight could produce large hail and damaging winds. And so again, be mindful of kids and pets, your time outdoors, your plants and your cars if storms do develop in a big hurry. Temperatures in the 70s now, dropping into the 60s by 9 o'clock. We see this wave of storms move out, but it is certainly possible a secondary wave comes in within the next 2 hours. More on the timing and impact of that coming up.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Things could get bumpy until the evening, so as a result, they're prepared out at Denver International Airport. You can see the flags are blowing pretty good right there. The FAA issued a ground delay for the airport until 9 p.m. tonight, so there's an average of 83-minute delays for some flights. So if you're headed out that way, you may be sitting there for a little bit, enjoying the food and anything else you can find at the airport to entertain yourself. So far, more than 500 flights have been delayed at the airport today.
The ceasefire between Iran and Israel was broken just hours after being announced, but right now it appears to be holding firm. Israel had accused Iran of launching missiles into its airspace after the truce was supposed to take effect. The Iranian military denied firing on Israel, but explosions boomed and sirens sounded across northern Israel in the morning. And an Israeli military official said 2 Iranian missiles were intercepted. This morning, President Trump expressed his frustration with both countries for failing to adhere to the ceasefire.
I think they both violated it. I'm not sure they did it intentionally. They couldn't rein people back. I don't like the fact that Israel went out this morning at all, and I'm going to see if I can stop it. We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Neither country has fired any missiles in hours. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said he held off on tougher strikes against Iran after a conversation with Trump.
We continue to follow the deadly shooting of a man at a Denver middle school. Police say he fired at officers before they killed him. And now officers are looking for a woman who was with the man during that shooting at Kepner Beacon Elementary School. Let's go live to 9 News reporter Jeremy Hahola, who's outside the school. This happened late last night in the early morning hours. Jeremy, fill us in about what's next.
Yeah, that's right, Kim. A violent encounter between a man and police happened at this school here around 10:30 last night. Thankfully, and obviously not during school hours, we do now know today the man who was fatally shot by police had a warrant.
It's an image you don't want to see at a school. Red crime tape and police lights.
And I was in the living room by myself, and just scrolling, and I started hearing the gunshots.
What happened here at Kepner Beacon Middle School had Adrina Carbajal, who lives across the street, taking cover in her own home around 10:30 on Monday night.
At first I thought it was fireworks, and then I realized by about the fourth round it wasn't fireworks, and got down, turned my light off, got down, and waited till it was done. That was about 10 rounds, and then I got to my kitchen and turned that light off.
Denver police tell us they responded to a call here with Denver Public School patrol officers about a man and a woman at the school. After the man and woman presented their IDs to police, the man took off running and, according to the chief of police, fired at officers, prompting them to shoot back.
It had to be about 5 minutes of shooting. Probably 5 minutes of shooting, then I waited about 5 minutes to get up.
The man was fatally shot and the woman who was with him ran off. So far, who the man is remains a mystery to the public. Police tell us he did have a warrant for parole violations. A shooting a little too close to home, literally for neighbors.
Just hoping my kids weren't going to come out in the front, or hoping that my house wasn't going to get shot up or something like that. You know, just didn't want no injuries.
And Denver police tell us 2 of their officers, along with a patrol officer with Denver Public Schools, fired shots at the man. They are now on standard paid leave pending this investigation. In the meantime, this man has not been identified, and the woman who was with him last night, she's still out there. Police do know who she is, but she is wanted at this moment. Live at Kepner Beacon Middle School, Jeremy Hohola, 9 News.
A lot of good information from you, but still a lot we don't know, Jeremy, so thank you. We know you'll stay on it.
In a weekend that saw temperatures soar, tensions reached a high at Northfield Mall. Hundreds of teens showed up after a, quote, takeover was promoted on social media. It started around 6 p.m. Sunday when police say 300 teens gathered at the Northfield Mall. DPD says the kids went into different businesses, getting into fights amongst themselves and causing a disturbance. Community leader Jason McBride says the event had been circulating online with posts promising fights, like a fight club. After initial blame on kids and parents, McBride says the root issue is a lack of investment in youth.
This is how they act out. This is how they behave when they don't feel like anybody cares about them.
Well, DPD tells us while there were no reports of damage, thank goodness, but there was a reported theft from one of the businesses. However, they didn't say if that had anything to do with this particular group. We reached out to Northfield Mall for comment. They did not respond.
The Denver Broncos are once again opening up training camp to fans this summer. It's always popular. The practices at Dove Valley will be free, but you do need to go to Ticketmaster to secure tickets. Attendance will be capped at 800 people. They got a lot of construction. They're doing a lot of new things out there. The first practice open to fans will be July 25th. The last will be August 14th. There's going to be a joint practice against the Arizona Cardinals at that one, so enjoy that one if you can. Check out the Broncos. The Nuggets went from having 1 GM to having 2 EVPs. That's executive vice presidents.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Who basically function as GMs. They were officially introduced in a press conference today.
That's right. Scotty Gaines with us now. So Scotty, did they explain how this power dynamic's going to work? Are they going to butt heads, or is it going to be like a line in the sand?
You know what? Buzzwords all day long.
Yeah,
Synergy, togetherness, listening, arguing is a good thing, disagreement is healthy. We heard it all for about 45 minutes.
So many buzzwords.
So many buzzwords with the 3 guys that were up there, right? Josh Kroenke, Ben Tenzer, John Wallace, all up there. Tenzer and Wallace are going to be sharing that split, so I'll kind of show you what it looked like today. It was everybody just ready to yap and share what their plans are, really. And Josh Kroenke was asked a number of times to start the presser today why they did it like this, especially since it is so abnormal.
Abnormal. That's an interesting word. I think that unorthodox could be another word. But I think that really most everything that has got us to this point has been unorthodox. We've hired first-time guys before, and our best player is the 41st pick in a very unorthodox manner, the way he plays the game. So everything about us is unorthodox.
I'd like to put on record that unorthodox and abnormal are the exact same word. It means the exact same thing in every which way. Josh Kroenke, we're going to share this at 9 News at 5 o'clock, said something really weird about Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And when you watch it, you'll say, what did he say? So we'll share that at 9 News at 5 in sports.
I mean, really, when you think about it, given the fact they were very much on point with the buzzwords and doing everything with what you would expect in, one of those big companies.
Right. I will say,
a big kumbaya kind of
Tenzer and Wallace are really respected basketball minds.
Yeah,
they had a lot of nice things to say today about working together and all that. But yeah, I mean, anything like this, no matter if you hire 1 GM or 7 GMs, it's going to be filled with buzzwords.
So, but that part was good. But this was like, I don't know if the messaging was meant to come out that way.
I don't think so.
Oh, you guys are talking about the 5 p.m. Nicola.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll get there.
I can't wait.
I know.
I'll have to tune
but
in.
Either way, we're going to watch it play out, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Time will tell.
We're going to see if it all works out, and we'll all be saying, Scotty was wrong. Yeah, we will.